Well, how'd it go?
You want to play it?
No, I just want to.
I was like,
it's like I want to play.
I think we were talking. I'm like, fuck it. What's up, BenchWarmers?
I would love that. Let's go. I want to use that going forward. That name. You're gonna kick us off from now on because that was great.
Well, it's a kick off.
I don't know. What did I get this man? I heard right now, but I love it.
Most importantly, it's let's get it.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
That's how we
Nick,
settled it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Please, can you just continue?
The intro, bro. Come
Oh,
on.
okay.
We're recording. We're live.
What's up, BenchWarmers? We are back with another episode. You are hearing another voice right now. Unfortunately, it's not Eric talking right now, but fortunately, he is here.
Oh yes.
So he is here. So no, fuck it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Me,
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Marco, let's get it.
Oh damn. Let's get it.
Hey, that's energy, bro.
Let's get it. All right. Oh, that's early.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's get it. We in this. Yeah, welcome back, everyone, to another great episode. We got a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, we got another international break coming up soon, so it's all gonna die out pretty fast. But a lot to talk about again, as always. We have Premier League action, some upsets, some last-minute Fergie time goals. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. That looks awfully low. Should be able to learn about that.
Don't worry about it.
All right, so we'll continue going from here. But yeah, so before we get into everything, thank you guys for supporting all that. We appreciate all the likes, the follows, subscribes. Don't forget the notification bells when we have new content dropping. It definitely helps us out a lot. And and any reviews definitely do go a long way. So thank you for all that. Come share your voice on the bench. That was a mouthful. I missed you guys last episode. How I didn't join. I did not join because Arsenal lost and got knocked out of the cup. If that was the case, I wouldn't have joined today either. But I did miss you guys. So how have you guys been?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Damn, this is the first time we've been like in person. Actually,
It's been a while.
It's been over a month, I think.
Feels kind of weird, kind of different.
It's been a while, yeah. I miss seeing all your backgrounds on the computer.
Oh,
'Cause now we're all here. There's a big black background.
There's no. Well, I think on my screen Eric is on, but on Marco's, there's nothing.
There's
on
no
that
more of
today.
that. There's none of that now. Yeah.
there's no monster behind me this time. That monster was
Through the window.
for real, right? But listen, man, if you guys have nothing that you want to get off your chest and you just kind of want to jump into the footy action, then I'm cool with that. But if there's something I want to talk about, a little story time, anything, Marco looks like he's dazed out right now.
Yeah, just paying attention to the audio.
Does that surprise you? Dormido.
I mean, that's also true. I'm always the one that forgets what we're having a discussion about.
I mean, as long as it
sounds like you forget it right now. I was like, did you forget right now?
I mean, you know for a fact that I can't blink and think at the same time because I'll get confused.
I mean, as long as when we ask him about a game, he talks about that game and not
It
a different
happened
one.
once because I was looking at the results of one game and then they mentioned they were. I think you were talking about.
We were talking about the Wolves game.
Yes, and I started.
And you started talking about the Leeds game.
And then I gave my input about the Leeds game.
And then Nick and I are both looking at each other like.
You're like, yeah, that's cool, but that's not what we're talking about.
Is someone gonna tell him right now?
Oh, damn.
I got excited. I wanted to watch that game. You know me. I like Leeds. I like how they play.
I got a little something to say.
What's up?
Would you guys rather?
Are we doing Would You Rather's now?
I mean, I got.
I'm worried about that.
Just hit the 18+ button.
I got a bunch of questions to ask.
What is
The NSF W whatever.
Would you guys rather?
Yes.
I just said that just because.
Oh, okay. You want to hear my reaction? Because okay. I have some naughty things to ask you guys, but I'm not gonna ask you guys on air. I'll ask you guys in the privacy of our Xbox party, which isn't that private now that I think about it, because probably the whole government probably heard what I said, so not good.
They're coming for you, bro.
But I mean, if you guys are ready to get into it,
Let's get it.
you got some footy to talk about. Yeah, ready?
Yes.
Let's get it.
And again, that was the first one was pure energy. That was just Nick just saying, "Let's get it." And I was like, "Ooh, we gotta
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, so kickoff. So I think we're gonna kick it off with the first game of the week. Was it the first game of the week? I think it was, right? The Watford Norwich game.
Yeah, on a Friday afternoon.
Oh yeah, it was. You're right. Norwich out of relegation zone right now, man. That's pretty crazy. We all I think earlier on we kind of guaranteed them their promotion back down to the championship, but Josh Sargent with a brace and a beautiful half scorpion. How do you guys feel about Ranieri getting sacked, however? Because that seems, was it 6 months or less? 2 months on the job?
3 months.
Yeah,
3 months on the job, and he's I mean, like given the opportunity, I mean, let's be real. Like, it's not like, can he really change it around that much? Or
I'm not even surprised Watford did this. Like, I think they do this like every year. I think they go through like 3 managers every single year. Every 4 months, they just sack another manager, bring one in, a couple wins, start again. The inevitable cycle starts again. It's like the Dallas Cowboys cycle, like maybe I don't know, the Arsenal cycle.
I like betting. We mean Arsenal's like
Like you get hyped again and then
you saw me, man. You want to go?
yeah.
Oh
Like,
my god!
the
Listen,
Watford cycle.
that's like you're talking about the bipolar Arsenal fans, which I have written down here, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But
I mean, it's also not surprising because Watford have been steadily declining, and then I mean, lucky enough for us, they were the last time Watford won was against United, which was back in November. So it's not surprising that this happened.
yeah, I mean, Watford have built a pattern of sacking managers. They sacked, well, I think this is the second manager of the season, right?
Yes.
Third one. I'm not tripping, right?
Something like that.
It should be second, but
I think it's
honestly,
the
like
second.
like Dean Smith for Norwich, like he got appointed. He's done like really well. I haven't seen like that much talk about him.
Yeah.
Probably just because it's like Norwich. There's been a lot of talk about like Gerrard or you know what I mean. But like Dean Smith, like to be able to get Norwich, like I said on the last part, like a yo-yo club. Well, season hasn't ended, but if you can stop getting them to become a yo-yo club, going up and down, it's a huge credit to him. Just because the quality of players that he had at Villa compared to the quality of players he has in Norwich, like that's a huge difference, and it's like huge credit to him. So yeah, big up Dean Smith.
Yeah, big up Dean Smith, but we also have to, like, you brought him up, big up Aston Villa, 1-0 away at Goodison Park. Everton's still shambolic. Another loss, but another goal for Buendia. It looks like that Coutinho Buendia link partnership is starting to look.
And that was off a set piece, right? That's
Digne
Digne making his mark back at Goodison with that assist.
Yeah. You know, I forgot he was at Barcelona, dude.
Yep, a lot of
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
Forgot
as
about
well.
that. Yeah. Well, I mean that. Yeah, I knew that. That was just a different signing, but
De La Feu as well.
De La Feu, yeah.
To Everton, to Watford, and I think he is at. I don't know where he's at actually. He's in Serie A, but yeah.
But Diaz scored another goal. Looks like that partnership's working out pretty nicely. Gerard's finding a way, but I wanted to get your reactions on how it is. I guess how you guys feel about fans throwing objects at players now. It's starting to I guess cause concern and possibly bring the possibility of bringing nets to the stadiums. You good?
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, all right. So if you're watching this right now, you're probably wondering what's going on. But I have to address this because now it's getting awkward because Nick was just laughing here. Mark was just like has his hands in his pocket, put the mic down. Marco's mic is not working, so
It died.
it died. Look, it's the BenchWarmers. You know how it is. You know how we work here. All right, it gets done.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another.
We make it work.
We make it work. That's what he said because you can't hear him because he has no mic. But your reactions to players getting hit by objects. I'll give you a little tidbit I heard on Ben Foster's podcast with Aaron Ramsdale. Good podcast, by the way. He has a good channel. Aaron Ramsdale was talking about the Leeds supporters, and he told Ben White after the game, these fans have a lot of money. He's like, what do you mean? Because apparently Ramsdale says that when they throw coins at him, he picks them up, keeps them. And he made like £9 in change against Leeds that one time, he said. And there was still money left on the pitch. Like, those are like, it's actual fucking coins. And I mean, I think, who was it that got hit by a bottle? Buendia got hit by a bottle? Or?
It was Buendia or
I think
Digne.
I think both of them. I think they both got hit or something like that.
So, I mean.
But they were wondering if Digne was also hit, but yeah.
Is it raising concerns that they may add like nets to the stadiums or?
I mean, absolutely. It would suck to see that just from just looking at it, but I mean, it's unfortunate.
How would you feel if it's your club?
Like my club, like the club that I support throwing things.
Yeah.
I just feel like what the hell are you guys doing? Like,
yeah,
it's like I feel like a lot of clubs, most clubs are like built off of like good, honorable people, like humble people who built the club from the ground up. And just hardworking people, and just for people to just
it's a gentleman's sport.
Exactly, people to just like disrespect the whole like a lot of clubs. Morals and grounds and whatnot, just to, like toss things, just be reckless. It's disrespectful, obviously, to the people to the fans around you, but you're like your own club.
Yeah.
Just because you're going against everything that most clubs in Europe are for. But I think the other day, like someone sent a chat was like someone throwing a harpoon.
No,
La
they threw a pole. It wasn't a harpoon. It looked like a harpoon, but it was a pole. It was like a bar. And they took it off like the stand or some shit. Yeah, dude, it's getting bad, and it's not only does it look bad on your club, but it could eventually affect your club like standing because they could deduct points, fines, a bunch of shit. So
I mean, and then also at the end of the day, I mean, we just came off a season where we didn't have any fans, and now we have fans back, and this is what you're doing.
yeah.
Like, I mean, the players are there. They want to play for you above all else. They want to entertain you. Don't do that.
Devil's advocate, it adds drama. Unfortunately, but people love drama and drama sells, right? So you always have those crazy, ridiculous fans, which again should be out of the game. But it is what it is. It's
like
it's an
football,
ad
like,
net.
it's like probably the most passionate sport in the world.
I would say so. I would
There's
agree.
so
I
many
would say
clips
so.
of like fans going crazy, and especially in England, like
hooligans.
they go crazy and whatnot over football, and it's just like I'm not too surprised, but yeah, it's not really anything anyone should be doing anywhere, to be honest.
But it's not something that anybody should be doing. But who's doing something that they should be doing is Marcus Rashford, and that's getting goals at the death of the game. Again, I think he has the most goals in the closing minutes of the game. Fergie time. 1-0 United at home. Rashford at the death. De Gea saving countless amount of goals. Best game under Ralph?
Probably by far, yeah. I mean, it was a good game. From start to finish. We're definitely looking a lot better now that we're finally getting rid of the 4-2-2-2 formation that Ralph wanted to implement.
He keeps changing it though, man.
That's the one thing. He's very inconsistent because we're more often than not we're lining up as a 4-3-3 right now, but there's a lot of in-game changes. I mean, even this game alone, the last few minutes, I forget how long, he changed to a 4-2-4 just to try to get at the game. He took the risk to try to be more attacking, which is great. But I mean, that's just another formation change. If the boys aren't training enough in all these different formations, which they're not going to be, they're not really going to know what to do or where to go. But I mean, in this case, it worked out. He took the risk, and it was great to see right in Fergie time, and Cavani getting the assist. So go your way.
Yeah, that looks super offside.
From at beginning, I mean, I saw it happen, and then Diego sent me a text, and I'm like, no, he's off. Like I didn't even think twice about it.
The angle.
But the angle that Peacock showed it as, it looked offside, and then supposedly with those lines that they drew, I mean, hey, I'll take it. Of course, I'll take it. But it did look off. But hey, I'm happy it went in our favor. So
yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised if VAR didn't get involved because they want to work when they don't want to work, right? But let me ask you this real quick, and then I'm gonna ask the same question just to Nick as well. Where do you see the long-term future of Mason Greenwood is at, as far as position-wise?
that's a tough one to answer because I mean he was always thought to be eventually he was going to be the main striker, leading the line, but he's been doing so good on the right. It's just really hard to define something for him. I mean, of course, Cavani's most likely leaving at the end of the season. Ronaldo is not going to be around forever. I mean, his contract is still another year or two or whatever it was. But it would be nice to see him up front, but he needs time to actually play that role so that he can get used to being that striker. I mean, he's playing off the right now or even off the left occasionally, and he's doing a pretty good job at it. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say we want him to be our striker when he's doing very well as an inverted winger and just cutting inside and not passing the ball and shooting it. So
you think his long term would be striker though?
Yeah. I mean, especially considering we signed Sancho to be there. So I mean, it would make sense to have Sancho on the right, Greenwood central, and then either Rashford or Alanga on the left.
Yeah, I agree with the number 9. I think the only way he'd be able to play on the right where he's doing right now, which in my opinion he hasn't played well, would be like the exact same role that Mane and Salah play in Liverpool system, where they are the strikers. Mm-hmm. They are the ones who score the goals, who are on the end of most chances. Unlike Firmino or Jota, they'd have to like. I think it was like Sancho. Where would you play? Rashford, where would you play? You just mentioned Sancho has to play on the right. So yeah, I guess Greenwood's main position is number 9. But my point is being, if he does play on the right, his whole role would have to change because, in my opinion, right now, the way he's playing on the right, whoever's down in striker, whether it's Cavani, Ronaldo, isn't allowing him to do that role that I just mentioned, where Salah does, where they just make darting runs in behind.
Which is also why Greenwood is turning into more of a shot monster because he has the ball and he just wants to shoot it. He's not trying to like link up with our current number 9.
Well, that's the thing. Like he's a striker. Essentially, he was brought in. He's your main striker. But when you brought in Ronaldo, you stunted his development by now you force him to your right. So what I agree with what you're saying is the way that United play for me is more to facilitate for Ronaldo. You're feeding the ball to him. That's all Ronaldo's teams ever have done. Real Madrid, Juventus, now United. You have to cater to him because he's your main guy up top. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It feels like Greenwood has to turn into more of a playmaker than a finisher.
I don't think he can do
But I
that.
think he's a finisher.
Yeah, he's not. He's definitely a finisher.
So I'm curious to see how that development of his continues. I mean, how old is he? What, 20 years old now? Still very young. Ronaldo has like another 2 years left at United, if that. So I'm very curious to see how that development goes.
What I do have to say is that I think a lot of people compare him to Robin van Persie, and if I'm not mistaken, he played in the 2 with Rooney at United. I don't know. Did he play in the 2 at Arsenal?
Yeah, with Fabregas up top. No, Fabregas was behind him as a cam.
So it was like a shadow striker, second striker, Fabregas, and then Van Persie. So I can see Marcus Greenwood.
I was saying Marcus. Yeah, I was
Mason Greenwood playing as like the number 9 with someone behind him. My like ideal duo I'm thinking right now is like Joao Felix, the way he plays at Atletico, behind Luis Suarez, second striker, kind of like supporting, and then you have Mason Green. I'm not saying obviously Joao Felix United, but that like same exact
That
role.
profile. Yeah.
Exactly. It's kind of like what the first thing that comes up like Benzema and Ronaldo when they did play in the 2, for Real Madrid. So that's the only way I can see Greenwood playing at the number 9, just because I don't think he can play in that sole number 9 where he's just the main striker.
Yeah.
I think he'd have to have someone supporting with him. And I don't think it can be like just a 4-3-3. Stick Mason Greenwood as striker.
Yeah.
That's a facilitate for him. I think he needs to have that support next to him to really get the best out of him. Just because I think his best form was like 2019, 2020 when it was like Rashford down the middle, and then sometimes it was Greenwood or Martial. So it was probably Martial and then Greenwood on the right. And Martial's link-up play, like to his ability to like combo play a little bit, it's pretty good. He's definitely not the worst at it. Yeah. And that like boosted Greenwood's ability to score so much and get into his positions to score. With Ronaldo and Cavani, they're not going to do that. No. So I think Greenwood needs that extra little help to get the best out of that player.
Yeah. All right. I mean that's a hot take, bro. I actually agree with a lot of that. I'm curious to see who. We all know the signs that United are trying to get in, which is mainly a CDM. But do you think you guys have to worry much about your right back or left back? Like, are you okay with that, or do you think that there has to be an upgrade coming in the near future?
I wouldn't mind an upgrade coming in the near future.
I'm sorry. How much of a priority is that for you on your list?
At this moment, it's probably second or third. We definitely need the defensive mid.
And then go down. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would say whatever you can get first, if it's like another center back or right back. But I mean, in the future, yeah.
What are you looking for?
If I had to,
if you're United fan,
if I had to choose, probably just extra right backs.
Extra right backs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, extra right backs. I mean, Dallow's is doing pretty good right now. He's definitely more offensive of the two, and obviously Wan-Bissaka is more defensive. You know, we always mention that, but we need more. We need someone who can do both. Mm-hmm. We need someone who's well balanced because right now, I mean, depending on the formation they play, I mean, we need more balanced players.
Yeah. And what's it called? I feel like the fullback position is mostly there's not really that many established fullbacks in the world that you can just go pick up. It's more of like scouting. There's one player in this one league, exactly, creating
coaching them.
For example, I keep bringing back to Liverpool. I hate this though.
No, because you guys have a great coaching staff, and look what you guys created with your fullbacks. You guys created not only defensive monsters, well, maybe not trash, but you guys created attacking options with those players. It's no longer before the defenders of the past were just meant to defend.
Right.
Now it's
Now
I think
the
Marcelo
modern
was
fullback has
probably.
play on both sides.
I think Marcelo was probably like that player that kind of made people. Oh shit, maybe we need a player.
The one that
like
brought
him.
it, the one that kind of
Yeah,
brought.
that creative attacking threat. Maybe even what's his name, Valencia. Sometimes at United he would do that too. But yeah, no, it's on the coaching staff. You don't have a coaching staff who can train that into a defender because as a defender you want to defend. You're not meant to go attack, right? That's the common idea. But
And especially now, when you look at the Prem, the way all of these fullbacks play and on across all these teams, like they're on both sides, they're everywhere, up and down those flanks.
And Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson are, I think, the perfect example, and that's why they keep going back to them.
And what do we kind of like associate with United? Like their scouting has been kind of like poor these recent years, right?
Yes,
So like I bring it back to fullbacks where we have to kind of create that role for a player. You can't. United's not gonna go out and buy Reece James or Hakimi. They kind of have to make that player, and it's up to the scouting department, which you've kind of said it hasn't been that great in these past recent years. So United have to, like, if they want to improve that fullback position, they're gonna have to go pick up a player where in like League 2 or something
But
like
then
that.
nobody-
In
that's the
Championship,
thing,
that they have to like scout and then develop.
I don't feel like they'll do that. I feel like they'll go for like an established player already and just spend the money, and it won't work.
The only established right back that comes to mind right now, and I'm sure if anyone listens to this, they probably have like another player in mind, is Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. That's the only player I can think of right now at right back that can come in. But other than that, like on the spot right now, I can't think of any other established right back that can come in that you can say, all right, he's gonna come in and do a job. It's more just like I mentioned again, develop that player into like what Klopp did with Andy Robertson.
So it's going to come down a lot to the coaching staff at United to see who Ralph brings in as
If he brings anybody.
I'm sure he's going to bring somebody in.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's talk, but I mean, I also read somewhere where the board doesn't really want to back him right now because they don't know what's going to happen in the summer, and they kind of want the full-time manager that's going to be there to be making those decisions. But we'll see. I mean, we are in the talks of signing the what's his name, Kamara from Marseille, defensive
He's
mid.
good.
So we'll see.
10 mil.
Hopefully,
So I mean, we'll see.
we did get rid of Martial, so hopefully hopefully that
off to
helps.
Off to Sevilla. That came out of nowhere. That came out of the blue.
Yeah, I mean, there was talks that he of course he wanted to.
To leave.
He wanted to leave.
I didn't know that he was going to Sevilla. Like that came out like, oh shit, that just happened out of nowhere. So I mean, it's still a lot of chances to happen at the end of the window, which I'll ask you guys at the very end about that. But United looks like in a upward trajectory, back in top 4, looking good for you guys. Let's see if you guys can keep it up there. We'll see what Ralph does next time. I'm curious to see if he sticks to his guns, sticks to the same tactic, or goes back to his 4-2-2-2. I mean, I don't know, but it's be interesting to see. Next thing we got is Leeds hosting Newcastle, and Shelby with the screamer.
Was like Nana mentioned like St. Maximin Rafinha?
Yeah,
Right? Like the two of the most flashiest players in the Prem, and then you just
Yeah.
have John Joe Shelby.
fucking Voldemort, man.
Exactly.
Fucking Voldemort scored the goal, but Newcastle got the dub. I think that's the second game in a row they win, right? Is that mistaken?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Didn't Wood score for them last game and they won?
Win and tie.
Win and tie. Okay. So
Yeah, they tied.
It was 1-1
they're
against Watford.
still in the relegation battle. They are currently sitting at 18th place with 15 points, 1 point behind Norwich. So that relegation battle is going to get intense, man. Definitely keep an eye out for that. Brentford losing to Wolves 2-1 at home. Wolves are looking solid, man. They've really stepped it up this season. This what's the coach's name? He's Portuguese, right? Or Spanish?
Bruno Lage.
He's not. He's Brazilian though.
No, I think it's Portuguese.
No, I think he's Portuguese. Yeah, he's Portuguese.
He's.
Correct us if we're wrong.
He's
I'm not sure now, but
he set up that team like structurally like very
Portuguese.
like
Portuguese.
They're well
Not
drilled.
sure.
I was kind of wrong about
Oh,
Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Let me.
that's it. Okay.
Yo, bro, I'm recording right now. I'll call you back. Alright. He was like, recording what? Probably to himself.
Ruben Neves. He's been like pretty good. I was kind of wrong about him in the
He's
summer.
linked
He's
to
linked to
United.
yeah.
He's a good like holding 6. He can distribute the ball.
And he has a rocket outside.
Exactly. I was pretty wrong about him in the summer, and that'd be a pretty good pickup for United.
Well, before I'd say maybe the last window, he had a lot of hype around him. Like there was like all this talk. He's gonna be a big thing, And then he had I think he had a couple injuries after that, and they kind of died down. But now he's stepping it up, like you said. As long as he's in a well-structured system, it looks like he's that kind of player. He needs to be told what to do, and then he'll flourish. Not the kind of player that they can just kind of wander off because. And there's those kind of players, Who knows? Who knows what will come of that if he ends up leaving Wolves or if he ends up staying. But I think we can get into the next game, which was by far the best game. By far.
I'm scared.
Southampton won, Man City won. By far. Is that what you said at the end? By far?
By far.
Remember at the end?
Yeah, Pep, right? Yeah.
That's the best performance?
By far, yeah.
Oh, Pav.
Yeah, by
Good?
far.
You good?
A good psychopath.
So me and after you guys left on Friday night,
Yeah.
my brother stayed for like another hour, and we're just talking about just talking about soccer like for
course.
like an hour straight. And we just gave in to like the whole idea that Pep is by far like the best manager. Like I just can't. Like he was like he says Klopp probably close second. I'm like yeah I could say that, but like to me Pep is up here. And
There's a gap. There's definitely a gap.
he's like a big guy. Like this is crazy how good this guy is, and then you see a result like this, and it's kind of like, oh shit! Like is this?
He's human.
Yeah, he's human after all. Is there a glitch in the system? But I mean, Gat, you said you didn't watch the games, but you had a lot to say about this game. So talk to me.
I mean, it was Southampton came to play. That's for sure. Salazar had probably the best game of his life, and he was all over the pitch.
My favorite picture of the game was Romeo Warner or Grealish just like fucking yelling. At him.
Yeah, I read later too that that Grealish was waiting for him in the tunnel.
For what?
Oh, fuck.
The buckle?
There was definitely a lot of heat going on between the two of them throughout the game. So apparently he was waiting for him in the tunnel. So I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. But I mean, Nick, can we agree that Grealish was a flop?
Please, can you finally just
No.
on camera, please, for the record?
No, not yet.
How many goals has he scored?
I think 2, maybe.
I think it's 2.
And one was barely a goal. He just happened to be there
Well, I think it bounced off of him.
by accident.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like he's obviously
How much did they pay for?
100.
Dude, honestly, I just don't. There's some players that just don't fit certain systems, and I just don't think he's that player. I think I'm sorry, not certain systems, certain teams. Who's an example I can give you right now? Like a player that's Zaha. I think he's like perfect for Crystal Palace. Like he's good there. We could probably consider him a legend of the club because he's been there for X amount of years. He's pretty much carried them and kept them out of like a lot of relegation battles. But if he goes to like a United like he was, he didn't do anything there. Kind of like Grealish, maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, Grealish, he kind of seems like he needs to be that guy.
Yeah,
on the team.
Exactly.
And he goes to a city
Yeah,
where you've got like the best players in every single position.
There's 3 of you, all right? Trust me, in that one position.
Right.
So trust me, you're not that special.
Right.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
So no, it's just not working. I mean, especially when you pay that much for him, like you kind of expect him to not only start like every damn game for the price tag, and we know Pep in his roulette of a lineup selection, but he needs to do more when he's out there, and he's just not.
Yeah, his role would have to completely change.
But like, what would you do with him? Considering City,
Technically, I
the
don't
amount
know.
of just the best players are pretty much already at City. Where are you gonna put
have
him?
to play like the left-sided A, but like in terms of just like actual role in his team, like it have to completely change. Like I mean, you guys said like he's not that
Like
guy.
a mentality kind of thing.
Exactly, he's
His like individual instructions,
right.
I guess.
Like Pep would have to like completely change his role and like drill into Grealish's mind that like you're not where you were at Villa. Not in terms of player, but like you just said that guy. Because there's a multiple of that guys on Man City, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Sterling. Pep would have to be like, all right. Pep would have to like sit Grealish down and just be like, all right, man. Yes, you were bought for 100 bags, but unfortunately, like you're not that guy. You're just not that guy. You know what I mean?
Like, you're not that guy, Val. You're not that guy.
He would just have to completely change his role. That's it. Like,
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how Grealish ends the season. If he has on a high note, or if he continues on this questionable form he's in. But it's his first season there. We'll try to give him the benefit of the doubt for now, but I'm saying he's a flop. Next we got Leicester versus Brighton, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give Brighton a nickname. All right, to me they're considered the ultimate blue balls. And I'll tell you why. Imagine that you're with the girl, you're wooing her, you're whining, dining her, or a guy, whatever you guys prefer. I don't no judgment here, but or they, whatever, But let's say it's about to get intimate, and they shut you down. They shut you down for the 3 points, and all you get is a little, quarter chub, and that's what you're stuck with. that quarter chub is 1 point, and that 1 point is all that Leicester walked away
So
with.
is that what the Brighton players get, or is that what Graham Potter gets?
Ooh, damn.
Or is that what the fans get?
Ooh, damn. I don't know, man. I think that's the thing. It's the ultimate blue balls because everybody got blue balls. It's like a threesome of blue balls. Because like the fans got blue ball because they thought they were gonna get 3 points. The players got blue balls because they thought they were gonna get 3 points. And the coach got blue balls because he thought he got 3 points. But in reality, they got a quarter chub and they got that 1 point. So to me, Brighton, I guess whoever Brighton's going against. How do I put it? How do I name him?
So it's worse for the other team then.
Who would be the one giving the blue balls?
Brighton's giving the blue balls.
Right. So it's worse for the other team.
But is it the players? Had to be
Yeah, as the players giving the blue balls, especially Maupe and Bobek. They get the blue balls the most.
I don't know. I think it's the fans that get the blue balls.
Marcus says the fans that get the blue balls.
I think
You
it's
can't
fans as well.
It's the fans.
There you go. but yeah, I'm giving them the nickname of the ultimate blue balls because that's all they give to the opposition. Yes.
Now into the game.
Pun intended. Yeah, man.
This was a good game.
82nd minute, Danny Welbeck header.
This was a good game overall.
Yeah, Brendan Rodgers is just. I think we all anticipated there was going to be a downfall of Leicester after that little early spark.
This game was actually clear to see just how valuable one player is to a team because James Justin is back for Leicester, and he just completely changed the way Leicester played. I mean, he started. He didn't come off the bench or anything like that, and he was just so good.
So instead of
on the
drawing,
ball.
instead of continuing to go early on, they continued it later on in the game. Is what you're saying.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like it looked like a different Leicester side with him in it, just because of the way he plays and how he drives with the ball, and he's able to just run through players when he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, listen, Brighton are
Blue balls.
you can never sleep on Brighton because they're just solid.
Brighton blue balls. Their logo's blue, and it's a seagull on a ball, isn't it? Shit,
You're onto
man.
something.
They knew what they were doing the whole entire time, bro.
You got
Ultimate
your tin,
marketing,
you
bro.
got your tin hat on.
Yo, ultimate market conspiracy theory, bro. I'm telling you. Damn, mind blowing right now. But yeah, Brighton at the death, 82nd minute. Not the death, but 82nd minute. Danny Welbeck scores the header, ties it up 1-1. They walk away with the point, and as I said before, Leicester walk away with the blue balls. Crystal Palace 1 versus Liverpool 3. Nick, how many of those were actual goals?
I'd say
One.
Fucking with you.
I'd say one. Yeah, I'd say one. Well, the penalty was definitely not a penalty.
No.
For sure. I didn't even know anything about like the Firmino
Outside
and
situation?
Ox one until like yesterday. Today I was like, I watched the goal back and then I saw people saying, "Oh, he's offside." I'm like, I didn't even notice that in the game.
Yeah,
because they didn't get checked
Yeah.
for VAR. But Palace definitely deserved to like probably draw or win. They had like crazy amount of chances. Allison was my man in the match.
Yes, that's what I was gonna bring up. Alisson, holy shit.
Yeah, he was ridiculous that game. It was almost like vintage Allison. Just he'll always be like a crazy shot stopper, and he's very clutch as well. But Palace, like after 40 minutes, they kept the ball really well. Anytime Liverpool had the ball, they pressed him like hell.
Yeah, they definitely had a real good halftime talk because they came out to play.
Right,
in
and
that second half.
Liverpool, when they normally get pressed, they kind of keep the ball well. Just like most of the top teams in Europe, City, PSG, or anyone really, Real Madrid, they keep the ball really well when they're getting pressed. But in this game, no. And Palace have like crazy players like Mikel Elise, who plays on the right wing. Dude, that guy is crazy, man. I think they picked him up for like $7 million.
Their recruitment this past
Right.
couple years have been really good.
If anyone hasn't watched him, he plays like literally exactly like Mahrez, but he's just more agile and quicker. So just imagine a quicker, agile Mahrez. This guy's ceiling is high. like when I was watching, I was like, this guy's literally the only guy who was creating all chances. Like he would stand Robertson up. I think it was like this one play where like he fake shotted it and crossed into Conor Gallagher. He missed the header, but overall like Olise just had the ball, and there's this thing called like La Pausa, where when a player has the ball, it seems like they have all the time in the world just because the defender just never moves.
Kind of like hang time in basketball.
Right, exactly. Like the player has the ball and he can keep the ball for so much time without the defender doing anything because they're kind of just stuck. When he had the ball, he would do anything with it, and his crossing ability was crazy. So for anyone who hasn't watched that guy is crazy. He is crazy. But Palace controlled the game after like 40 minutes, and they definitely deserve the draw.
How do you feel Vieira's doing at Palace?
I mean, he's doing great. If I'm a Palace fan, I wouldn't complain at all. His overall, like Olise I just mentioned, bringing in Hudson-Odoi from Celtic. Like so many key talents there. Obviously, Conor Gallagher, Zaha. Like he's building a great squad.
Yeah, it used to be like you were just saying before, where Zaha is the guy for Palace. Vieira comes in, and now it's more of a team. It's not just Zaha, so they don't have to rely on him as much.
Right, and under Roy Hodgson, they had like what was it, like Zaha, Benteke, Andrews Townsend. Like it's a washed up team.
Yeah, it's out there.
Now they have like Olise, Hudson-Odoi, Zaha, Conor Gallagher. There's so many players that can actually chip in.
And he's getting the most out of the old players that are there.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
I think it was Benteke comes on like towards the end, and I saw Benteke come in. I'm like, oh shit, like he's probably gonna do something right now because he's been doing that lately. So he's getting the most out of all these old players too.
Yeah, I think they just probably have to focus on their defense. I think the defense is kind of leaky at times. If they can just bring in one like solid center back that maybe they develop, or maybe there's a lot of like good quality talents in the championship. I think they mentioned like a couple of weeks ago, Dan Juma. He was at Bournemouth, moved to Villarreal. He's been playing very well for them. There's a lot of like good talents in the championship. If Palace can maybe pick up one of those good center backs in the championship or just anywhere, that'll like hugely boost them like crazy. Just because the center back can like do anything to a team, like Van Dijk, Sergio Ramos. Like there's so many like examples where a team brings in one nice center back, a good solid. It doesn't have to be like crazy. It's a good solid center back. It influences the whole team from the defense to the attack. So yeah, Palace are they're on. There's like in the Premier League table, like I guess you can kind of like split them into teams that are on a downwards trajectory, and then on the upwards. And Palace are definitely on the upwards.
Ooh, I like that. We should probably do that before we just did during the break actually.
Yeah,
We'll
10-10.
Yeah, exactly. That's good to see. That's good to hear. If you're a Palace fan, and Liverpool can putting the pressure on Man City after they drew. Liverpool still have that game in hand, so don't forget how confident are you that there's still a title race to be held?
It's crazy just because there's so many ifs in football, right? So it's just like if Liverpool win their game at hand against Leeds at 6 points, and then they still have their game at the Etihad, which could be 3, and then obviously City would have to drop 3 points. So that means obviously it's I'm not really a Liverpool fan who doesn't have like that much like hope or whatnot, but like right here, like I mean, there's a chance. It's very slim, but it's like it is possible. It is possible just because I think we'll beat Leeds. It's just about beating City. If you can beat City at the Etihad, then like anything can happen. That in my opinion, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
If you can beat City at the Etihad, it's 50-50 just because it's 3 points. There's 3 points. The City have to still play Tottenham at home, which we all know Tottenham isn't an easy game for them. It's almost like a banana. What's that shit called? Like fucking Mario Kart, whatever. But they still have United at home to play, which United literally always beat City away. It's possible, dude. And Liverpool have like a lot of injured players coming back. Harvey Elliott's back in training. Thiago should be back, and obviously Salah, Mane, Keita should be back. I think it was for the Leicester game at home. But it's possible, man. It is possible. I don't think it'll happen, but there's a slim chance that you see.
It's a game of margins, bro.
I feel like my philosophy on football is almost not philosophy, but my thinking on it, it's almost
Let me guess.
like fate, like destiny wins happen. So my point is,
okay.
City have to have like a slip up somewhere in the Premier League. Like they haven't had a slip up in the Premier League ever. Like since the takeover has happened, they've never had like a slip up where like, oh yeah, they choked this.
Yeah.
You just gotta hope now as we get later into the season, as Champions League starts coming back, You just got to hope that when Pep
Let's
starts
see.
prioritizing Champions League, that
Well,
teams can just at least take it to their B squad.
There's still an FA Cup, Carabao
Yeah,
Cup,
yeah.
Premier League, and Champions League. So if anybody has it worse, it's Liverpool. So
This is true.
yeah, that's good. I thought you were gonna say, and this is probably more of an Arsenal thing than a Liverpool thing, is if you don't expect good things, then you're gonna be heartbroken. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, just sounds like some issue. But we move on. We continue. Damn it! Unfortunately, we do continue to this game.
That was a good segue.
Well, oh my
Bring it,
discussion? Yeah. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. Fucking Arsenal set a record, man. Look, whether we want to or not, we set records here. All right. In the month of January, Arsenal have more red cards than goals. 3 red cards, 1 goal. That's a crazy stat, to be honest with you. There's definitely I would ask you this, but obviously you can't talk. But okay, there you are. How much of a discipline issue do you think we have here?
Ah, man. We definitely have bad habits, and I think it's a big visible issue. I'm not gonna lie. I think we've.
You think if this is actually like a discipline issue, or I think we're just getting very unlucky? Where do you fall on these red cards?
I feel like we're just being sloppy in certain situations.
Okay.
I feel like these can be prevented, and the heat of the moment, there's just a sloppiness. That's purely what it is. I don't think any of the red cards that we got were malintentioned. I think it's just that the players found themselves defeated and decided to do something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
The Shaka lifting the foot up to the chest. I can't remember what
What
party
were
was
the
it
two
that did.
red cards?
Party got a red card against you guys
Yep.
in the Carabao Cup. Shaka got the red card, and I believe Gabriel got a red card against Man City.
Party.
You got a red card against you guys.
I was Shaka, no?
No, that was Shaka the first game, first leg.
Yeah, and then Party
was
got-
like, I'm joining you in the showers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, dude.
No, he did it.
Yeah, no, he did.
Bro, he did. He came in
That double yellow.
In the League Cup, like the Carabao Cup?
the Carabao
Yeah.
Cup, yeah.
Yeah, double yellow. Yeah.
You have to search it.
You guys looking at it right now, dude. 100%. He got 2 double. He just landed.
Yeah, it was for the
from
one.
Cameroon
It was yeah.
from-
Yeah,
from
he
playing
played
against
15
Milan.
minutes. They were talking shit about it.
Who's God playing against? I forget who they're playing against, but he just landed
That
back
did-
from the airport. Like, say he was literally there. He just got back to London 7 hours prior to the game, and you can see on the bench he was like,
Yeah, he was exhausted.
In the 90th minute.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he played for 15 minutes and then got a red card. It was something sloppy. But again, going back to it, it's just being sloppy.
Oh, I did not know that.
yeah.
And I watched the game fully. What was it?
When was it?
Double yellow was
It's double yellow.
Honestly, it could have
When
been
was
a.
it?
It could have been a straight.
It
It
could
could
have
have
been
been
a straight red.
because he
It
went.
was
I think
because-
with cleats up,
he
right?
went- and it was, you could tell it was more just like
Exhaustion.
tiredness, like, and that it's and it kind of falls down to being stretched out so thin. We dug ourselves in a hole for letting all these players go out on loan and selling and just paying them off, but we haven't filled in the holes yet.
Exactly. What are we gonna fill them up with young kids?
Because I have never.
I mean, we
played.
already have kids on the pitch. Imagine adding more kids to
That
it
have, that
with no
literally have
experience.
never played a Premier League
Yeah.
game before.
So yeah, again, what I blame this is just pure sloppiness,
yeah.
which is unfortunate.
But you know who has been looking very good to me is Odegaard.
Yeah,
He's been looking like you said before, like he looks like a true number 10, somebody who can hold the ball. Although in this game he was playing a little bit different. He was playing more of the 8 role. He was
yeah.
a lot more deeper playing inside Lukanga. Lukanga to me is still a little young, a little raw. So has
But-
to kind of go to the ball more, ask for it more.
Yes,
But he's still developing.
But he doesn't look as sloppy as he was looking before.
Agreed.
There's a difference now when you see him. I think that when they told him this is the role that you're playing, which is a 6 and that center defensive mid, he focused to do that role and try not to do anything extra, which sucks. Because I think he has a little bit of creativity to be able to push.
And
up
you
a
saw
little
a
bit.
couple times. The honestly, one of the best chances Lacazette had was from him.
Yeah.
A nice lofted pass over the top.
But I think right now he's focused on doing the job correctly. That because he knows that it's on him right now. So I think that's also hindering himself. because he needs to have that little bit of freedom.
I think he looked pretty solid that
Yeah,
game.
I mean, I'm not taking away anything of what he did because again, he
Yeah.
looks better than he would look before.
What do you think is what was missing this game?
Striker for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
I mean,
We need there's two things that we need, two players, two spots that we need to fill up right now immediately: a striker and the center defensive mid. In my opinion,
Okay.
I'd take the striker first. We need the goals. I think we can manage to not have that center defensive mid immediately, but we need somebody to be in there and be that 9 to put in those goals. When you mentioned the gentleman that's now going to, I think, Juventus.
I'm heartbroken right now.
Bro, I saw his size. Bro, he's a
6'3".
motherfucker. I'm
6'3".
like,
One
I'm
inch
like,
shorter than Van Dijk.
shit.
Van Dijk would have had a fucking nightmare going against that fucker. Because he likes like, dude. After I saw the link to Vlahovic and how far they were progressing, well, I thought they were progressing. I fell into this rabbit hole of just reading his profile reviews, the kind of players he is. I started doing that interviews from other journalists that focus on Italy, and this is the kind of striker who reminds me of kind of like who's think about Martinelli, just fucking 6'3" and just muscular as fuck, just runs at you nonstop. That's the kind of player he is, or I assume him to be after from what I saw. But yeah, I was extremely happy excited to see him hopefully at the carpet, but no, unfortunately.
Yeah, and now we're linked to Jovic, right?
Well, apparently Real Madrid has offered Arsenal Jovic on the loan, but Arsenal are looking at Alexander Isak, Jonathan David, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin to close the
Isak from
window.
Real
I
Sociedad,
saw
right?
something else. Okay. And this is for short term. Would you guys take
Short term?
like
Okay.
a little short term 1 year?
Okay.
Let's go, Marco. Or would you guys take Alvaro Morata?
No.
No.
No,
No.
dude, he's like I think he's pretty good.
Do you remember his time
No.
at Chelsea?
I don't know. I
He
think
doesn't
he's
do the
pretty
job.
good.
Look,
Like,
if all we're gonna do is put balls in for headers,
You just have to
he
look
might
at
do
the
it.
Euros.
If all we're looking for is headers, he'll do it
Dude, he's
because that's all he can do,
he-
or tap
at
it.
Chelsea. He was just like shit.
okay.
Don't get me wrong, I like Morata, but I don't think he's a striker for us,
Like-
and I don't think he's a bet.
Nah,
I put him on a super sub type of
I would
thing.
love to have Benzema.
He has a
I don't think everybody
Morata
ever
has-
puts him on.
he has a mentality issue and like
Yeah, and that's a Teta thing.
Right.
His mentality is like numero uno to him.
and it's like he shoots the ball like it's like very unorthodox.
He has
But-
that height of the ball.
But his overall game, in my opinion, is pretty good.
Build up play.
Exactly. In my opinion, like I know he's been slated like crazy, but in my opinion, like he's a pretty good build to play.
We have that. Maybe not in this game, because I think lately his form has dipped. Like I said, is what I'm talking about right now. I think his form lately has dipped, and his build up play isn't as good as it was when we first started going on that early good run. But to your point, I think Lacazette is that kind of Alvaro Morata build where he goes in deep, builds up, tiki taka interplay, and then sets out the wingers to fly. But then once our problem isn't that we can't build up, because I think we actually are pretty good at building up now. Our problem is once we get into the final third, we're missing that creativity or that target man to just go to and just put the ball behind the net. The best chance we had was Emil Smith-Rowe running down the flank, back pass to Lacazette, and Lacazette, it was harder to put it outside the goal than it was to put it on target.
Yeah.
And he managed to put it outside the goal. Look, I'm not here to slander Lacazette. I think he's done phenomenal for us. But just like Shaka, there's certain players that we know where they can get us, but at some point you have to upgrade from that. Like I said earlier, you have to upgrade from that, and that'll make you better. And Arteta said that in one of his interview, I think today, about transfers. He's like, we're not trying to make short-term signings. We're trying to sign players that are going to make us better for the future. You said striker and the CDM. I agree with you in the striker part. I think we need more of like a actually, I would have this whole Arthur rumors. I actually like it.
Arthur Melo.
Yeah,
Manjua? I
yeah.
don't know.
I think him and Party would be a good partnership, and it would give Odegaard allow him to play the number 10 role. And I think I don't know. I'm excited because I think Arteta can actually use his skill trait to be more of a threat in the middle of the field. Right now, we're so heavily focused on the wings that if you look at our gameplay, it's usually just a big horseshoe, just kind of going like this back and forth. There's just nothing really in the middle, just to kind kind of go through players or just 1-2 passes. And I think Arthur Miller will probably be that key to unlock that for us. But there's a lot of time to happen from now until the end of the transfer window. Arsenal are heavily linked to a striker and Arthur Miller, which has been offered to us apparently on the full loan, full salaries. Is there anybody on your guys' camp that is like looking to have him before the window closes?
No.
Nobody? No signings? Yo, you guys
Do
gotta
you
start
guys
signing
really?
people, man. Like, honestly, like, look,
Oh, I know.
all creditors do. Like, you guys have looked great without Salah and Mane, but it's not gonna last like that forever. You have to replace these guys. There's like no.
I could talk about days for this. Liverpool's transfer policy.
Okay, so I really thought you guys had somebody lined up or something coming in.
No.
What about Luis Diaz? Does that summer transfer? I mean,
That's-
it's January. Nothing big happens in January.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
But yeah, I don't think anything will happen this transfer window. It'll just be all towards summer. Which if I don't see a minimum of a midfielder and a forward, I'll be like, yeah, this is just it's all facade. It's all fugazi.
Then you think you're gonna enter the rebuild again?
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Jared? Anybody that you guys are
So
heavily linked to?
just what I mentioned earlier
Okay.
is it looks like supposedly we put a foot forward to get Kamara from Marseille, Boubacar, which would help out our. He's a defensive midfielder, and I mean he I think he would be a pretty good fit. He's only 21. He's young, but if you see him play, like he's pretty good at tackling. He's good on the ball. He's good at driving, running at players, and picking out passes when needed. So we'll see what happens. I think they were asking. I forget what they were asking for. Like somewhere low, 20, 30 mil, something like that.
Money
But
is an issue for you guys.
that's the only one right now. I mean, there's always been the Rice links and all of that, but none of that is probably going to happen. If anything, Kamara would probably be the one that we would get. So we'll see. We got a week. So
Well, a team that does need transfers, and this is not coming from me. This is coming from the horse's mouth itself. Is the Spurs. Antonio Conte has made it pretty clear that he needs new players. That the players he has aren't good enough. As they traveled to Stamford Bridge and got beat 2-0. Besides Ziyech's goal, to me, the biggest other highlight was how bad Lukaku really is. They won 2-0, and I think he's still bad.
go for it.
I think
Take it.
Diego right now is be like, I told you,
Yeah.
I told you,
Yeah.
I called it.
I told him the other day, I'm like, dude, Lukaku just like, to me, he sold me a dream in Italy that just wasn't real. And wow, man, this game to me was just another example as to how I think he thinks he's bigger than himself. He thinks he's like too good. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, 2-0. Chelsea win this game. And where would you guys rate that goal so far for the season? Because that was a fucking beautiful goal.
Ziyech, pretty high.
Not that high.
Oh shit!
I've seen him do it like 50 times.
But that's
That is
also
fair.
that's
That is
also
fair.
true. That is also.
He scored a better one against Valencia like 2 years ago in the Champions League. It was like from 30 yards out, cuts it from the right, just curls the top ends. I've seen him do it like too many times.
If you
He's
look at his Ajax
ridiculously
highlight
bad at it.
reel,
That
I'm
is
sure
true.
you'll find
That
a
is
bunch of,
true.
He's ridiculously good at it. But yeah, I wouldn't put it high. He was given a lot of space. Just pick one out. But it was still a great goal though.
So I guess I mean we can praise Chelsea all you want right now because I think they look very very good this game. But I think the bigger question and this is none of us are Spurs fans here, so I guess it's a very
Would be nice to have one on.
I know it would be nice, but nobody wants to come on and give
Same
their-
with Chelsea fans. But,
same with Chelsea.
we don't know
fans.
anyone. so.
Well, we're gonna have a Chelsea fan on very soon, so let's not exclude that. But if you're Spurs, if you're Conte, what are you doing like with this team? You have, let's say, you can acquire one player this transfer window, and then the summer they'll give you a solid 3 or 4 more to pick up. So where are you guys starting off with, and then where are you guys building up from in the summer? Gab, I'll you first.
Well, I mean, the way they're playing, they probably need. I mean, granted, not a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
They got to fix everywhere.
I mean, look, they have
listen,
Son and Harry Kane, right? Assuming
They
stick
and they're
around.
actually they're linked to Traore too.
That one I don't understand.
I don't understand
I
that.
think he'd be good.
He can't finish.
Why he can't finish? He
He
can't do
wing back.
shit.
You think?
He'd play wing back.
You think?
Yeah,
But he
he'd
can't.
play
He can't
wing back.
pass either.
I don't know.
Literally, the only thing he can
He's
do
literally
is
Wan
run at
Bissaka
you.
without tackling.
He
I
can
think
run
he'd be
at you,
great.
and that's it.
He's trying to go on pro clubs.
literally trying to go on pro
I
clubs.
think he'd be great.
I mean that. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be interesting to see that. What people think would Adama Traore be great at Spurs as a wing back? That'd be interesting to see. Actually, I mean, he does have the pace. He hasn't been a perfect build for it.
His whole profile for a wingback build is phenomenal.
I
Like, the
guess.
side of him just running up and down the field, like not even with the ball, just be that wide outlet.
Creating
Just
space.
like literally all he does at Wolves is go down the wing and whip across into Raúl Jimenez.
Yeah,
That's literally all he does. It's literally all the wingback does for Antonio Conte. Just go down the wing and just whip a ball in. He's phenomenal at that. He'll probably be the best in the world at doing that. Just run down the wing, cross the ball in. He'll be the best outlet in the world like that, in my opinion.
What's today's tactics? Give it to Traore.
No, not.
I mean,
Gibbons, just
can you
like-
can you trust him to do all that and then still run back and help
Yeah.
out the defense?
Yeah, back three.
Honestly, I think he'd be great. I think he'd be great at wing back, and he'll be cheap, 20 mil. It's like you're gonna have to go fork out like 60 mil. And I don't think Conte is stupid enough to play him in the front three. But as a wing back, like I just said, I think he'd be great for them. And also, it'd also be like a kind of like a turning point for them, where it's like that first piece under Antonio Conte to really start building forward.
Mhm.
But I would like, if I'm looking at Spurs right now, I'd look for three.
Everywhere,
center
like
backs.
you can't pick a spot because they
Three
literally
center
need
backs.
something everywhere.
Yeah,
Three
so-
Wing
center backs,
backs.
a midfielder, wing backs.
Everything,
Yeah,
everything.
just like, there's so many like.
so
not
what
good
they
players.
don't need is they don't need a number 9 and they don't need someone to replace Son on the left. They need everything
You gotta
else.
build from the back. You gotta build from the back.
They need
up.
everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hoiberg can probably get them to a certain point, but yeah,
Maybe if he has a
back
better
line.
midfield option next to him.
Yeah, damn. I mean, now I gotta do my trio or a wing back role. Wasn't he a right back beforehand? Before becoming a winger or striker?
I don't know what he played at Barca because he was at Barca before Wolves.
Yeah.
But I do remember for like a short time last season or maybe 2 seasons ago, Nuno did play him at wing back. I didn't watch many games. I don't know how well he did, but I do know he's played at that wing back role.
That'd be interesting to see, but yeah, Spurs win. I mean, Spurs win. Chelsea win this game 2-0. That is all we have as far as the Premier League action goes. I do have a few questions to end the podcast. Not a few questions, but a few things that I saw here when I was going through the news that I kind of want to bring up. Balotelli is back in the Italy squad in case you
I
guys
saw that
remember
coming
that.
in. Super Mario's back.
That's pretty crazy, right?
How old is he?
I'm not sure.
He has to be like 36,
That's
right?
not
Something
serious.
like that, yeah.
How old is Mario Balotelli? 31.
What?
31.
Bullshit.
31. He was a
Why would they bring him back?
Where is
I
he
don't
now?
know.
What is he doing?
I think it was
I think he's a free agent, but I know before free agent he played for Empoli in Syria. I believe they're
That's crazy,
Second
bro.
division team
I
now.
think I feel like he's been out. We've known him for so long that I thought he was older.
same thing with El Shaarawy. I think he's 28.
He's pretty young. too.
Ridiculous. I think Oscar is too young age.
Oscar, man. When he was at Chelsea, that was. And then he just fucking went to go for the money.
Disappeared.
Yeah, some players, that's what they want to go for. But on some bad news, after the Cameroon Comoros game, there was a stampede outside the stadium where 6 people unfortunately passed away and 40 more got hurt. So our condolences and prayers out to those families that got affected. But that sucks, man. You go to a game like that and that shit happens. Oof. AFCON is coming to a near end, right? It's coming too close soon.
Mm-hmm.
Salah and Mane play each other. When do they play each other?
For the
World Cup
qualifiers.
qualifier. So that'd be like in March.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I was talking to Raquel's brother the other day, and for those who don't know, Raquel's my girlfriend, and she's Portuguese, but we were talking about like how this may be Ronaldo's last World Cup. I'm like, well, will it be though?
Yep. They play
Because
Italy.
they gotta play Italy to get through. Would you guys be upset, or would you guys even care if Ronaldo even makes it to this last World Cup?
I'd be over the moon.
As long as if you still let United by the time the World Cup comes, yes, I'm with you on that.
I'm still stressing and hoping Uruguay even makes it through, let alone worrying about if Ronaldo gets another one or not.
I'd be interested to see, man. It's a lot to happen, but I think that's all we got for today. Is there anything else you guys want to get off your chest? Any final thoughts?
Ramos finally got his first goal for
I
PSG.
saw he tied Messi.
Yeah,
He tied Messi. The goal versus
Flop?
goat.
flop. He only got 1 goal.
Yes, flop so far. Yo, look. If I'm gonna hold to the same criteria as El Grealish, I gotta stick by it. So right now, he's a flop.
When Messi scores against Real Madrid, he won't be laughing.
Sorry. The comparison is so
Hey. No, am I right or wrong? If you're the big
Consistency.
player,
It's
you're
just,
going
it's
there.
just you can't put them next to each other.
I'm
I mean,
saying,
in
But-
the comparison, yes. I get it.
he's consistent. We don't get
Yeah,
much
yeah, no, yeah,
we don't
yeah.
get a lot of consistency
You're
in the
right,
Prem,
you're
so
right.
he's
come on,
being
come on,
consistent.
Come on. I'm trying to be fair here, all right? Like if I'm gonna call Grealish a flop, I gotta call Messi a flop too. You know, he's a big player going to a big club, and he only has one goal in the Farmers League.
Someone out there in the universe is gonna clip this and hold on to it forever.
Look, Messi, if you're listening to me, por favor, yo, okay, give me like another 5 goals by the next game, and then we'll be all right. We'll be good.
You got an assist? Does that count?
Yeah, they won like 4-0 their last
And you
game
got
out, and he did
assists.
nothing. Well, I guess.
You got an assist.
I got an assist,
Asterisk. Number.
but
Something. It's better than nothing.
that's better than nothing. Well, that's it for today. Again, nothing. No other thoughts. Because
Happy birthday, Suarez.
Oh yeah, that's what you're
Why
wearing
I'm-
today.
Why I'm wearing his Atletico jersey.
Did you guys see that? I think it was Bilbao when Iñaki Williams' brother Nico Williams took off his medal,
Yeah.
and his brother like put it back on, and he put it back on. I was like, damn, it's nice to see like that brotherly, I guess what.
Vibe connection.
Like yeah, but like mentorship, leadership. My brother wouldn't do that shit to me. He just bitched me out. He literally, yeah, he literally will fight me on the pitch. I've had to held him back, and he tried to fight me and stuff.
What are you trying to do?
He was trying to go and grab me, dude. Relax, I'm pushing him back, and then he started fighting me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Like words or like pushing you
me,
around?
yeah, pushing me in words too. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But yeah.
That one was funny though.
That was a funny one. But I think that is a great way to end the podcast. Edgar, if you listen to this, I'm sorry for putting that out there. But hopefully it gives you it opens the door for your invitation back on the bench to share your voice with us. With that being said, we are the bench, the bench with the voice. The bench is always warm. Peace, everybody.